Formerly suicidal Redditors, what's something that kept you alive a little while longer and helped you to get through the dark times in your lives? I can always kill myself, so why not keep pushing just another day? I used to say that when I was getting clean, every single day for over a year I'd say I'm getting high tomorrow, 11 years clean now. You absolute mad lad, you procrastinated your way to freedom. Serious props to you. Ha! You're right, I hadn't thought of it like that. Who knew one of my faults would save my life? Lessons still to be had here. Thank you. Glad you're here, Edit. Oh my Lena, thank you for the reward. I just want all of us to be here. I'm going through a rough patch myself, also am certain Pax murderer is dead. Orlando, I believe, was the name. The thought that any of my students might look at my decision and choose to follow in my footsteps. I could accept my own death, but I couldn't stand the idea of theirs. When I was in 6th grade, my science teacher committed suicide. It scarred me. I promised to myself to never kill myself because I didn't want anyone to feel the pain I felt on that day when they announced this to everyone. My 7th grade geography teacher committed suicide. He was so congenial, almost robotically friendly, and our whole inner city public school class walked all over his authority, not in the sense of being mean to him, but of not listening, not paying attention, everyone out of their seats socializing, general chaos. One day near the end of the year he completely snapped, and started cussing us out up and down. We were all in disbelief and shock. A few months later we found out he killed himself. Left a family behind. At the funeral his wife said he had always struggled with mental health issues. It was really heartbreaking. Edit, clarifying the walked all over part. As a teacher, it's hard to accept that sometimes being nice allows us to be mistreated as people see it as a sign of weakness. Yeah. As an adult now, I worked as a teacher for 3 years. It was gratifying but one of the most mentally and emotionally exhausting jobs. It takes so much balancing, finding where to be open for helping your students and where to draw your boundaries. My only trick, and I've been teaching a while now, is to get the student behaving badly and speak to them one-on-one and ask them about their behavior. Usually, on their own, they are quite reasonable and they only play up if there's a crowd. Yep. As a teacher this is the only way. I would send a kid completely out of class. One-on-one is a game changer. All that held me back was the feeling of guilt for how my family would feel. I couldn't do it to them. It'd be weird if I died and still had packages coming in the mail, so I try to keep something coming that I can look forward to. I used to really enjoy going to gigs, so when I was struggling with depression I'd make sure I had tickets to see a band I liked. On the particularly bad days, I'd think it'd be silly to do anything before I see them play. Seems a bit silly to write, but it worked for me. I guess have something to look forward to, whatever it is. I did this too. I'd make far out plans for shows, and would plan to kill myself afterwards, but then I'd find another show to go to. I'm not into the same bands anymore, but I got a dog and she healed my soul. My cat helped me to keep going. Unfortunately she passed away. But I keep going with her in mind. What has helped me is to keep my mind busy at all times. I work on my YouTube videos or paint a lot. It keeps me focused on just that. I'm still depressed and suicidal. But haven't had an episode, as I call them, for some months now, except some days. Mood. When I was in high school, my 3 pets kept me alive. I wanted to stay in the world with them. Sadly they have all since passed away now. My 3 current pets help me, and I love them to bits, but it hurts in an indescribable way for the 3 who originally kept me alive to no longer be alive when I am. I adopted again when my Titan passed away. He kept me alive. Every breath I take with him not alive hurts. Like he did so much for me and in the end I couldn't save him from death. All I could do was hold him and say I was sorry and that I loved him. Losing pets is indescribably awful. It's the inevitable price we pay for all the years of love they have to give us. Even with how much this hurts, I could never wish I never knew him. He was my baby boy till the end and I am grateful I have thousands of pictures to remember him by. The few friends who still stayed in contact with me. They were the small glimmer of light who kept me in this world. For me it was my nieces. They were babies when I started having suicidal thoughts. But I kept thinking, they'll never get to know me if I kill myself. I would think of them saying, I have 2 aunts on my dad's side but one of them killed herself. I didn't want them to say that. Now, I don't really have a relationship with them because I don't have a relationship with my brother, but at least there's the possibility of one in the future. Knowing that my mom wouldn't have someone to walk her down the aisle when she married my now stepfather. My dad had died 3 years prior, and I think it would have broken her completely. Hurting people was mine, too, even if it's just a janitor or a cop. I don't want to make sad work for anyone ever. Yep. Either someone's gonna find your body or someone is always going to wonder what happened if they don't find it. I have a major dissociative disorder, and have had a few of my dissociates have suicidal thoughts and actions. I'm glad they didn't work, and it still scares me. I'm okay with being here. It hurts to know parts of me are so not okay that they don't want to live anymore. Stubbornness. When I was in middle and high school, the first time I was suicidal, I thought I wouldn't make it to 25. When I got out of that, I decided I was going to make it to 25, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. I'm 25 now, but I made it this far. If the mental illness wants me dead so badly, it needs to shut down my organs and kill me its damn self, because I'm not going anywhere. Also, my pets. I don't want to be without my pets. They were the only things that made me happy, and even when I didn't feel like anyone else loved me, I knew they did. The guilt if I failed and everyone found out. I fully planned to kill myself until I wrote a song in G minor. And it was really, really beautiful. And I wanted to see if anything else that beautiful was in me. In retrospect, it was a really pretentious, angsty piece of crap, but it saved my life. Got anything new that you've created? Sure, since then I've put out 3 albums. Well, don't leave us with the suspense. Where can we listen to them? Okay. I don't want to feel like a self-promoter or anything, but if you want to listen to the last thing I wrote, it's here, roxykali.bandcamp.com. This is really good. Thank you. I try. You've got talent. Keep it up. Creating something is a great way to keep oneself out of those dark places, or at least make the stay bearable. I've been writing poetry to keep myself focused. I hope you keep writing. This random stranger believes in your talent. My 9-year-old daughter. About 18 months ago, I was in a very bad place, but I am a single dad and I would not do anything to hurt my daughter. The thought that killing myself meant those who didn't believe in me won. So I refused to die, out of spite. Watch me live and succeed in life, now. Edit. Thanks for the very kind and very fake unkind words, it was lovely, and the awards, what a ride. A few things I'd like to add. 1. I am an angry woman. 2. Camus resonates with me, yes, have read him extensively. Chill dude. 3. Some lives do not have positive emotions, and we make do with what we have. 4. It is always worth it to rub your success in trashy people's faces. Stay alive for arrogance. I was suicidal and taking Xanax, but I took too much on accident. I could feel a weight on my chest type of feeling. I was scared shitless from it. The day after, when I finally felt like I was able to do something, I adopted a puppy. She's been my reason to get up in the morning for over a year. I finished a suicide note and folded it into my wallet on the bus ride back onto base after a weekend of binge drinking on the beach to avoid every person I could. When I got back to the barracks, I looked at my rack mate and told him exactly what I wrote down in that note, and instead of making things worse, he genuinely helped me, and reminded me that not every Marine is meant to do a full term. Sometimes things just don't go as planned, and it's okay to take that DD-214 early, even if it will disappoint your family. We still talk around the holidays every year. Edit. Thank you for the award. I've never received one on Reddit to my knowledge. I would also like to add that if anybody reads this, and you feel somewhat lost while in the military, don't be afraid to go to medical and talk about it. It happens unfortunately often where speaking directly to your chain of command will not help things and word can travel fast. But there is absolutely nothing wrong in seeking help to allow yourself to be the best Marine sailor or whatever title you gave your all to achieve. It's just harder in some units compared to others.